We'd like to welcome y'all to the Delete That podcast with your boy P and Do. We in the building.
What up?
Blessings to all that's listening, tune in. You know what I'm saying? This is how we doing it. Yeah, live. My boy Do. What up, Do?
Over that shit, man. We got some shit to talk about. We got some, got it, bro. That ain't right.
Delete that. You feel me? Well, let's get into it, man. Like to welcome y'all to the podcast, man. Hope everybody's having a great day. Great time, staying warm out there. It's crazy cold across the United States. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with some crazy stuff. But before that, we want you to like our podcast, man. Follow, delete it. We on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch.
Make sure you subscribe. We need you to subscribe and then
that
share.
part.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Log in, follow us. Anytime we in the building, you in the building. Never feel left out. You feel me? Let's get it. So we're gonna start this thing off, man. So first, dude, how you doing, man? You doing all right over there?
Man, I'm good, man. You know what I mean? Got a lot of shit to talk about. I got some shit.
As you should.
I'm gonna close this thing with a heck of a segment. But let's
get into it, man. So we're gonna start off, man, with the Raiders drama, man. It's a lot going on out there in Las Vegas, man. Recently, I don't know if you've been in a rock, been in a shell, or been in one of your baby mamas trying to stay warm because it's cold outside. Recently, the Raiders have made a lot of changes, especially with your boy Tom Brady coming into the organization. And Davis is giving him a little bit of more power. I guess he's trying to give him the direction and everything. But recently, the Raiders have fired head coach Antonio Pierce. Antonio Pierce came into the game with the Redskins. Then he was a linebacker for the Redskins. He went all the way to the New York Giants. Played for the Giants where he was a Pro Bowl, Super Bowl winner. From there, he went on to be the head coach of a Long Beach Poly after winning the Super Bowl. Moved all the way up to the ranks to Arizona State University, the Sun Devils, man. He did his thing over there. And then the Raiders hired him as a linebacker coach last year. And once he went, I think, to maybe 4 games less in the season, they fired their coach and they became the interim head coach where he took over. A little incident happened to where the players, wanted Josh McDaniels out of the building and things wasn't going right. There was a little controversy going on to where they hired Antonio the last 4 games of the season. He did an excellent job. And with that being said, he became the new head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders came in this season. I think they ended up like maybe 4-13. And recently, we get this news on Tuesday after the season that they had released him. You know what I mean? After putting in a lot of work, coming in, trying to turn the organization around. And they let him go. So it was a shocker to the fans. It was a shocker to the people, the coaches, even the people that, the sportscasters and broadcasters and stuff like that online. And it was a shock because, he put in a lot of work. He came in, demanded the locker room presence, man. He did a lot of work with them, man. So the firing, it was kind of crazy because, of course, being a black head coach coming into the NFL, the thing is that they say that you don't get that long run as most white coaches, you know what I mean? So with that being said, dude, what you think about anything like that, man?
Yeah, P. It's not shocking to me because some things in life I expect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things always so happen to seem to go. And what I mean by that is that in politics and everything, man, just like, and you could fix something and you could come in with all the great intentions, right? I watch it happen with the Golden State Warriors. Mark Jackson was the coach there.
Yeah, you're right.
Same thing. He made some decisions, and people thought it was crazy when he let Monte Ellis go and kept Steph Curry. Right, the world went crazy. His ankle's bad, and he gonna keep him over Monte, right? So the future was there because he selected it, built it, and then they gave it to somebody else to govern it. Now, What that got to do with Antonio Pierce?
That part.
He was given a task in the midst of the same task that former President Obama was given. We was in a recession when Obama took over the thing, right? And the Raiders was in a serious regression, right? And
Yeah.
they had to turn to someone that inspired the team. In so doing, they went 5-4 with AP, right? Complete motivational moment for the locker room, for everybody, the fans. It was hope there. So then you give the guy his opportunity with the personnel that he already inherited that was not great. You let Jacobs up out of there. That was just a crazy thing. So you didn't give AP weapons and tools to be successful. You gave him problems and situations. I'm not saying the players was problems. You had player, you know, one of their best receivers because of the accident that happened. He had to be out, right? So he been gone. So there was pieces that wasn't there, important pieces, and you're expecting a person to deliver. Me myself as a coach, like it's hard for me to give you results that you expect without the weapons I expect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Successful person, and AP never had a fair chance, man. Never had a fair shake. You look at the situation in the QB locker room, man, the QB camp, man. You're looking at that and say, okay, who do we have at QB? At O'Connell, he's in the competition thing with Minshew, and you have this going on inside your locker room in the midst of, here, AP, we're gonna give you all these problems. We expect you not only to be a coach, but a psychologist too. So, you know what I mean? He wants you. We want you to because you're young enough to identify with them. We want you to be a big brother to them. They all need to know the winning mentality, and I'm gonna give you a season to do it.
And that's wild because in mid-season, not only did he lose Jacobs in the beginning, you
Right?
also lose Devontae Adams. He wanted to get up out of the trading block and go to the Jets, right?
Yes.
Then you lose your main guy on defense. You lose Max Crosby to an injury. You know what I mean? So now you're still working with minimum tools. You know what I mean? That's like trying to change a tire and take the lug nuts out with your bare hands. You know what I mean? And then you
What's-
got to keep this all together, man. That's kind of crazy, man.
I'm gonna put some vice grips on there. I'm gonna get it off.
it,
But
it was wild, man.
but see that. That's where that's what that
delete that part. That's wild.
that's why.
Yeah.
What the Raiders expected Antonio Pierce to do, delete that, man. We gotta delete that. That was a idiotic idea, right? Just because people are successful and have resources and money doesn't mean they're smart, right? And when you have a team that's worth that kind of money, and Vegas is telling you, I want results. We need people to want to fly out of here and party and turn up. You know what I mean? Y'all better start winning. You got to do something better than this.
And this is what's crazy, man. So you get Tom Brady. He's a 5% stake owner in this business, right? Or
Right?
in the team. So he's coming in. He's a Super Bowl champion. 6 times Super Bowl champion. So when he comes into the building, now he's saying that, let me pick the quarterback. Let me pick the new GM and the head coach.
Right.
You think he really has, just because he played the sport as a quarterback, that he would have that type of knowledge, being someone in a snap, as a quarterback, to come in and make those type of decisions that soon? Do you think he really has that much, say so? I'm not say so, but he has that much knowledge to be able to pick these people, or is he going off of like emotions? You know what I'm saying?
See, here's what I think, Bruin. right?
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta go here, P. It's important, P. P. Here's what I know. Here's what I watch. There is a ah, there is a quarterback brewing. Missed all this,
Mm-hmm.
and that quarterback that's brewing was up under the tutelage of the one and only Tom Brady. And to open up a head coaching job is deeper than what you think and what I think.
So you thinking that Sanders is about to come up from
Talk to me.
Colorado, bring
Talk,
his sons,
talk to me.
and even though they was expected to have the number one draft pick, they ended up dropping a pick 6 on that. You know what I mean? So you think they're gonna make way? Sant Dion is gonna lead out in Colorado what he's been building over there. They go over here, work up under him, which means 9 times out of 10 you're gonna want to bring Shiloh too, because I've seen the videos online. Like, hey, Shiloh, is this a place you want to go? He over there like, yeah, daddy, you want to go. But the word on the street was that Shiloh is after every loss, and he's thinking like, yeah, good job. You know what I'm saying? It's one more step to get to the Raiders. But the reason he wanted to play with the Raiders, because he also might be to your point, he wanted to relate to a head coach that could relate back to him. You know what I mean? Which means you coming in with the jewelry, the watches, you swinging it. You know, you swinging your watches, your jewelry, and somebody can understand you just in case your dad wasn't there. Now, Dion said that he wasn't gonna go. You know what I mean? And I really think that it's unfair for him to now go to Colorado, get all these guys in the transfer portal, get all these guys over there, and then burn out and build that program, and then leave amidst amongst the program, or at whatever level he's at. Do you think that it's going to be one fair for those kids? And also, do you think his chances of being the number 6 draft pick that he's still going to make it to the Raiders?
Jackson State turned it around. HBCU. Colorado came up and he turned it. He went there, turned it around. He did his job in both places.
Mm-hmm.
Players gonna want to play for him, regardless, because he's Dion. But you bringing a kid in. I mean, you've been with him all this time. Let's put it like that, people.
So
I
you see about Dion and his son, like
mean,
the father and son team, the duo.
hey, LeBron did it in basketball. Somebody got to do it in football. So,
Make history in 2 sports, huh? I feel you on that one.
you know what I mean? Somebody got to be, man, and it's the only logical thing, because you can't hold Antonio. You got to at least give him one more year, and that happened, and the season go like that with no big moves and no decision making on players getting up out and getting players in. Then you got to go with your move on AP and releasing. But you can't just release AP off of that season. Who expected them to win the ship? Like I did, and I played a fact,
I mean,
right?
that's the thing about it, man. Even the fans was like, they siding with AP, and with Antonio. They're like, look, man, we didn't have no quarterback. So some of them was like, yeah, let's move around, whatever. But everybody know you have to have a quarterback, and you rolling dice every game. You don't know what you're getting. You don't know who's starting. You know what I mean? And I can commend Pierce for saying this. He said the only mistake that he felt that he made was starting Minshew over O'Connell. You know what I'm saying? So he did say that,
What?
and that's a crazy decision, because I really don't think that AP was calling the defensive plays. He wasn't calling any offensive plays. I really think that they just hired him because he took over the locker room. It was a temporary thing. It was like, hey, let's just have him on the sideline and have a face to go along with the situation that had happened the year before. You know what I mean? They didn't really give him the time that he really needed. After the second year, I was expecting that. You know what I mean? You know, you win at the second year, you get a chance to grow, you get a quarterback in the game. But man, we taking parts off your car. We're gonna take the wheel, we're gonna take the steering wheel, we're gonna take a couple of doors and your rear view mirrors. You're gonna have a problem down the road somewhere, bro.
I say they didn't give him a voice. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And what I mean by that, a voice to make choice. A voice to make choice to say that, you know what, I'm going after him. I need him. We gotta get him in the trade. We got to trade and see if we can get some back. I don't want him. He never got a chance to build up to saying that Antonio Pierce failed. He made some drastic decisions on trades and releases, and you tell me that. Tell me that he brought in 5 new guys and let out key guys, and
Yeah.
when they did the biggest thing dumb in the world when they released the DN the Raiders did a few years back. What's his? Oh, I'm so sorry to not call his name. But it'll come to me.
Mhm.
Listen, that was one of the biggest, dumbest moves they had did then, and people question that. Like, why did you let that? Why you let him out here? Like, he never got that name on itself to where you just straight up release this guy after giving him chicken, like me and my other coach say, chicken shit to make chicken.
To make chicken.
So you, I'm not saying the players was garbage he had. What I am saying is that he didn't have a Devontae. He didn't have you didn't, what you, Jacobs going, you got rid of the running game and the passing game. It's saying win. Okay. How?
Win, baby, win.
Win, baby.
Win, baby, win. That's what they wanted their model to be.
Hey man, like I said, I think AP got a bad rap, man. And they should have given him one more season at least, and then go with a decision like that.
Mhm.
Tom came in and did that like that. Deleted him.
Delete that. Delete that.
Double say
Yeah.
that
So
was a delete that move, man. It was unbelievable, man. But hey, P, shout out to AP, man. That's all I got to say, bro. I respect your mind. I respect what you represent, what you stand for. You got a bad rep. And from Delete That podcast, man, we just want to know, bro. We're standing with you in this matter, man.
exactly, man. So with that being said, we're gonna go into the next topic, man. I'm hearing that the head coaches, I mean, excuse me, the organization recently, 2 days, well, this just this morning, have released general manager Tom Telesco.
Wow.
That's crazy. Tom had came over from the Chargers, which Antonio last year beat the brakes off of them immediately after that game. Immediately they fired him. So now you telling me that he's gonna come over to the organization, work with you after you done beat him. You can't tell me that he's not in his feelings, right? And on top of that, they say he was like best friends with Josh McDaniels. When Antonio Pierce leaves the Raiders, Tom Telesco comes over there and he's working with Josh McDaniels' old staff, which is his homeboy, man. And you know, they recently fired him 2 days later. You know what I'm saying? And that's this morning. So to let him go and knowing that Al Davis Jr. says, look, man, we're gonna, they're not in pairs. You know, when they mostly hire quarterbacks, I mean, excuse me, head coaches and GMs, they kind of bring them in bunches. So you're gonna get a powerful GM, then you're gonna get another known head coach. They brought them in separately, which means they could have been let go separately. You know what I mean? And it seems to be the issue of what happens, man. And that's what happened in this situation. So now the Raiders is looking to get Spagnoli from the Chiefs, which is the same coach that taught Antonio or coached Antonio when he was a linebacker at the Giants. So now, will Tom have a job? Will he go to another organization? Will he have an impact, or do you think that's like unfair firing? What do you think about that?
Well, here's the deal. If I'm the Chiefs guy, I'll be questioning, is it safe to go over there? I could be one and done looking for a job somewhere else,
It's true.
right? Whereas you saying, here's the deal. Inside that draft, we know there's some quarterbacks, some backs. How lucky will you be to get the top running back, top receiver, and top quarterback? Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's highly unlikely. So the Raiders are not like they're a year from turning it around. They almost there. The Raiders are so far out and so far behind. They won't win for the next 2-3 years, P.
I can understand that.
So is it the money? Will I leave for the money? What's the guarantee? Because then the guarantee has to play a part if I want to take that job coming in. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But for Tom, man, like, listen, man, like, they're cleaning house. We know they're cleaning house. So like you say, you got Brady coming in. You got people respecting their mind, the owner's son and them, they're gonna respect his mind, right? Davis and them gonna respect his mind. Vega's gonna respect his mind. He told Brady, right? So now with just that alone, ticket sales go up, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have to facilitate a winning culture mindset in that. So let's go to the Chiefs. They didn't win this thing 3 times. Let's get him from over there and put him in. Okay, hope is there now, right? You make the fans start believing again, buying merch, sales go up because people are saying, man, you see what's going on? We just got such and such. Wait till they hire the new head coach.
That's my question. Like, Spags is coming in as a defensive coordinator, right? Then you
Right.
got to get your OC. Then you got to get your head coach. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to jail. You know what I mean? You still at the same situation. What if you don't get that quarterback in the draft and that quarterback in the draft, right? So what position you think that Sanders is going to go if he wants to go there with Tom? Are they going to have to move some stuff around? Are they going to have to buy some stuff? Because they were supposed to get the kid from Washington, and that door was shut on them last year during the draft. So what you think is going to happen? Because it's what, 2 main quarterbacks right now that's coming through the draft that's really going to be looked at. You got you got Ward, and then you have Sanders, Shador Sanders.
And
There's
you got
other teams that need quarterbacks.
time coming for me because I don't want to be there.
You what?
I saying then you got the mindset of a player that could be saying, you pick me, it's a waste of your time.
And what do you think the team is going to have to do right now? Because they're going to be playing with some uncertainty too.
Well, I think that the team has no voice because no superstars are there.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a guy that's injured, Crosby, but where's your superstars are gone? Your Jacobs, your Devontaes, they're gone, right? So, Devontae said, man, I want to be out here for what reason, he said. I'm not trying to get hurt.
And he over there getting smashed right now at the Jets.
Right? But
Mm-hmm.
he was just saying the quarterback is going to put me in danger, man. That's what he was saying. It didn't have nothing to do with the coaches. He's basically saying, we ain't got no quarterback, man. I got to go. You're going to send me across the middle of the field. But Telesco, man, it's business for them people at the end of the day, and ticket sales, man. Money sell. Once them sales go to going down because we losing 4-13, who buying merch? Who buying merch? Nobody.
Well, Raider Nation is pretty dedicated, man, and I can say that. But right now, they've been losing so long, man. It's gonna be some questionable stuff. I had Raider fans hit me yesterday saying they done.
I'm in and they ain't even wearing it. You
Yeah,
have
they done.
this web. I am telling you. It is bad, man. So you have stuff that like that, man. It's like people are scratching their head, like, hold up, we ain't the topic. We ain't. They're looking at the number sales, P. They're looking at the
That bottom line, huh?
and saying that sales has dropped 30%. 30% may seem little to some people. That's a lot.
Hey, now look, a loss is a loss for me. I don't care if it's 1%, 30%. You know what I'm saying? If anything I'm losing, delete that. I need that. I need all mine. You feel me? So if they losing 30% of revenue from that's a lot of money at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And you transitioning teams, jersey sales, that's crazy. So you saying that if he comes over there now, the jersey sales will go up. You have Shador over there. He's still gonna need to throw the ball to somebody. Who else is gonna come over there? Like, who you think they're gonna drive somebody else? You might get a what, a Tyreek Hill that wants to leave Miami.
That's a possibility, but I don't see it fixing the problem.
Okay,
Right? The Raiders again are at least 2 to 3 years away before they make some type of turnaround.
to start competing, right?
I'll compete, man. You know
And
what I
I I don't think Spags should
mean?
leave because we see what happened to Eric Bieniemy. He left, went to Washington, ended up going to coach. Was it USC? Some going back to college, and I don't even think he got picked up for employment position right now, man. Another coaching job.
Right. But you know what I mean, Pete? That again, man. You know, after action, and they say after action, they coach, they get rid of the GM 2 days later. You know what I mean? And again, you could have sat down with these guys.
Mhm.
Brady, yeah, you know what I mean? Pierce wasn't on your team. We understand that,
Well,
right? That's supposed to be a talk, sit down talk on how we get better, man. What do you see? Where do you see the decision that we can make to get better? And if Antonio can't give you that, then I can understand why y'all parted ways. But I highly doubt that's how that conversation went.
well, I'm gonna say this, man. I really think the way that they let him go, I really think that the what they're saying on different media outlets and the way people seen this happen, the fans seen this happen, I really think that other coaches are going to value him, understand what happened, and know that he didn't get a fair shot, and somebody will reach out to contact him and pick him up. I don't think Spags probably don't want to leave that good situation, especially if the Chiefs three-peat this year. And it might probably wouldn't be a good look unless they're gonna, offer him some top money, which means they would have to bring somebody in. But I
Right.
would definitely say this to the Raiders organization, Davis Jr., anybody over there. This move was pretty stupid. And I can also say, delete that because y'all tripping, man. Y'all done went back to -0. Y'all didn't start at the start. Y'all done went back -0 by letting go head coach Antonio Pierce, the GM, all in the same week and only within a year of them coming to this organization. Delete that.
Delete that, man.
That's got to go.
He's there, David, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Raiders organization, man. Get y'all stuff together, man, because it's looking bad.
Yeah. So, with that being said, man, we're gonna go into our next topic, man. It's a lot of stuff brewing right now. Joy Taylor, she works over this the Fox Sports lawsuit that's going on. It's a lot of stuff that was going on with Joy Taylor. Allegedly, she's having, like she said, she's the three F's: financial, fun, and funny. Whatever it is, she's dropping the panties for it and she's going for a ride. So basically, she is a high price one. You can actually pay to play. You know what I'm saying? So right now, allegedly, she's had affairs with Ocho, which is, me personally, I'm gonna say this, man. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna hold back, dude. I really think he's probably one of the corniest dudes that's on TV right now. You know what I'm saying? But hey, he got joy, so it must be something joyful about him. Right now, they have a lawsuit that's going on, man. So it's allegedly that she told Skip Bayless, hairdresser, she came with her with some concerns about Skip Bayless making some comments towards her, and she was like, "Shoot, what you doing? Go ahead and get that." You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't no stopping, no breaks, or nothing. And when she made these comments, I'm looking at the young ladies that's coming up under her. You know what I mean? Especially in this day and age of the internet, a lot of people might have seen this, the way we can't have relationships, the way they need to be going right now, and the influence of nudity and all these crazy things right now. She's making these comments, and the lawsuits. It's not a good reflection for females, especially when they're demanding respect of men and they trying to go so far. You got the Me Too stuff going on, man. Well, you got anything to comment about this situation, man?
Well, I could tell you this, P. I think with that situation that's going on is
Mhm.
it's a crazy and it's a hectic one, man. But it's he been on Wild Streak for a long time, man. You know what I mean?
Who, Skip? Who you talking about, Skip? Come on now, Skip.
Skip got to stop, man.
Come on now, Skip, Skip.
He had the same, you know what I mean? Him in the fallout, you know what I mean, with Sharp. Then him and Stephen A. Smith, like, and what I heard is like the ego of him, right? Like he got an ego, but now it's like they say when the roosters come on, but it's he in one of them situations where that money, whatever that girl is talking about, you know what I'm saying, and whatever went on, like it's coming out, man. If they ain't learning from all the other celebrities that's going out, man, you gotta, hey man, delete that. That's all.
Delete that, man. Hey, he offers the chick $1.5 million to sleep
Right.
with him. Like, man, you got to be gameless in Seattle, man. Delete that.
Look,
1.5 million? Oh,
that
nah, man. You know what you could have bought on Harry Hines in Dallas, Texas? You know what I mean? For that amount of money. You know what I'm saying? That's buying something and giving cars away, like Oprah. You know what I'm saying? That is wild, man. And Joy Taylor she still has her position. I don't know if they trying to like weed things out, but you know what I mean? She still has a job. She's still on Fox Sports One. She's still around these men. And
Well, it's because Pete, if they do anything to her, it's like retaliation. Once you file a
mhm,
claim of such magnitude of that, the job can't just terminate you at that moment because it'll make it seem like you covering up for Skip. You
okay.
got an extra lawsuit on top of that. Now Skip might not be working, but she gonna continue to work until they get to the
Until
bottom.
they figure this out.
Yeah,
So she sleeps with the exec. She asks to get onto a show. She ends up on a show with the other fellas. She works on it and she goes back to him. I guess she had another sexual encounter with him allegedly and was just like, look, I need my own show.
right.
And then you see these two separate. So now you see her and Ocho are working on different shows. And now she has her own one. She's on there with Paul Pierce. What's that guy? I think Michael Irvin might have been on there. And what's the one guy that used to play for the I know his name, man. I'm mad that I forgot it. But he used to play for the Cowboys, the receiver. Um, they're on the show right now, and then on the other show is Ocho, is Shady, the other guy that used to play for the Raiders, and two more. So now that the show done actually split, so she accomplished her goals. You know what I mean? She must have rolled something to the sun came up to get this one.
But
So
Pete,
right now, you have
talking about Michael Irvin. Look, but the thing is, she's one of the defendants that's named in the lawsuit.
mhm.
But they're highlighting her and putting the camera on her like as if she's the only one in the lawsuit of sexual harassment. So Skip has multiple sexual harassment that he
Oh,
inside the lawsuit.
so he's a habitual
Yeah, he's
all
all,
for
he's all the way habitual, and
it.
that's why I'm saying like for us that's standing on the outside looking at this,
Mhm.
it's crazy because we hear the stories that go on in Hollywood, go on behind the scenes. It's different stuff. Now, I think what changes the level of problems for it, right, and why is it I would say it's so highlighted now. This happened everywhere, man. Inside the regular workplace, like we have to watch videos and all this stuff on stuff like this, what we shouldn't and shouldn't do, man.
Mhm.
And you have to be mindful of these things, man. And I don't think I don't think he was mindful. I think he felt a, a form of power, right?
Hmm.
Shots, you done got this one, ran off, this one separated, you still got your own show, and you go to feeling yourself, man. Now, Pit, all those people just come together and say, I'm willing to take a chance on getting in trouble and lie about something. No, because you offering 1.5. Here you go. Now, and that ain't a lot. You talking about 1.5 for a person that's already making some decent money, but you saying 1.5, man. Yo,
Wait, you said one, dude. You just said 1.5 ain't enough.
no, indeed.
Delete, dude. I don't have 1.5, so I'm gonna have to say delete that because right now you give me 1.5, dude. I'm trying to tell you I'm gonna do some things with the 1.5, and I ain't giving it away for no sex. But let's just start there. You know what I mean?
Right. But here's why what I'm saying, P.
Hmm.
Now, 1.5, right? Skip. Let's talk about Skip, man. Age 73. You know what I mean? You know, you get to that age, I don't know yet. I see when I get there, but you get to that age, I don't know how things working and what ain't working, but you know how much you getting, you know what I mean, how freaky you get when you want it, or what the case may be.
Look here, dude. What they say, Skip could have took that little blue pills. Skip could have took that blue chew.
Right. Only thing won't take, you know what I mean? And you know, I hear it works great. But
Shout out to Blue Chew.
true, man, we're making it right. Yes, sir, for bringing men back. Huh?
Delete that.
So we
Yeah,
about
go ahead.
winning again. But with that being said, man, Oklahoma, you know, from Oklahoma, you know, city, that's small. You know, now you done made it out, man. You know what I mean? And you know, you feeling yourself, you got a few dollars, his network like 17 million. You know what I mean? So you know, now you have a spouse that you done been with, man. You know what I mean? Now she's going through it, man. Shout out for her because she's experiencing this shit head up, man. They've been together
Right.
since 2016. So,
You said 2016?
yeah, 2016.
Okay, okay.
So, it's a big thing right now, bro. And he works 17, so 1.5. I guess after he pay off, I guess if you pay off so many 1.5, because we don't know how many, I don't know the total count right now
Times
offhand.
that we might have done it, right?
Right. So 1.5, 1.5, he might not have too much left. He got money put up. Of course he do. You know what I mean? Of course he do. Right? But you still got a lot when you saying 17 million.
That's a lot of chochos, man. But it's just crazy that I think that Joy might have got caught in the crossfire because they said, Ocho and them they had been messing around for a long time, and they I guess they didn't care when Ocho was doing it with Joy, but Jason Whitlock and it was another player that was saying that it's been going on for a little minute right now, and nobody said nothing until Skip Bayless came in and caught her in the crossfire. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he was with Ocho P.
See what?
With Ocho P.
So what that mean?
I said it's a big difference. She was getting it and getting it good. I 73.
And
You
then here comes Skip. Skip, you messing up. Skip, you done messed it up for everybody. Skip.
you done messing up by skill.
Hey, Skip all the photos, man. He posting like this, bro. He got the Jordans on. He got a little chain. He doing his little thing. He done brought in Lil Wayne and everything, man. And they say the reason that he didn't have a good exit from leaving from his TV show is for the simple fact that this was already allegedly, what I mean, kind of like where there's smoke, there's fire. It was a little smoke over there in that section, homie. So he really didn't get the exit plan that he needed, what traditionally what they normally give people. So he was kind of like, this probably was already brewing, you know what I'm saying? And the lady that he was messing with, she was pretty cute, attractive. It wasn't like she was no busted females. He couldn't keep his hand off her. But at some point, she was like, "Look, man, I got ovarian cancer. You need to stop messing with me." And Skip was like, "I need that. I need all that. So all this no, you got to delete that because I need that."
Ooh, come on, Skip. Let it go, Skip.
Let it go. LIG is Skip. You know
Let,
what I'm saying?
let it go. It looks like another love TKO. Yeah, man. But hey, bro, that like I say, man, I don't, that's the type of stuff that has so much uh baggage around it that we gotta kind of wait till the outcome to see how all this thing unfold, man. But if Skip, they got you right, Skip, I say go ahead on and get that money and pay it on out, man. You know what I'm saying? If they got you bad, bro, fight, Skip. Fight, Skip.
Hey, so do you think it's one last thing? Do you think it's one of the things that since he's not on the show, they can't really like because they're firing the network, right? They
Yeah.
can't really fire Skip, so he's kind of protected, right? In this whole situation, is this one of the things you think they can probably? Is too late to sweep under the rug right now?
Who's protected?
Skip, because he doesn't he's not the face of nothing. He has his own situation going. He's not with the network. You think they can kind of sweep this under the rug? I think that only person might get caught in the crosshairs is Joy Taylor. You know what I mean? Because it's like fraternizing with the other employees. Skip is cool. Skip is not on the network. He can't get fired. He got his own money, and they're not suing him. They're suing Fox Sports One. So is he kind of in the clear? You think?
Is Skip in the clear?
Will he be in the clear?
Oh,
I mean, he gonna lose his wife and all that in a situation like that. But for the most part, they not suing him. They can't come after his paper, right? Unless it's a civil suit.
who ain't suing? Who ain't? They have to Skip ass too, man.
Oh, they are? Okay, okay.
Yeah, man. Hey,
Sorry,
man.
Skip. I'm sorry, Skip.
Sports ain't the building ain't physically, sexually harass nobody.
Nobody.
You can only get that from person to person.
They say person to person contact.
Yes. Right?
Well, dang, man.
Yeah, man. So you gotta understand, man. You got like undisputed. He left the show, P. That wasn't by I'm gonna just leave the show. No, brother, the ratings is about to go down. We can no longer be associated with you. We're separating right now. We got to stop this, right? Because
Mhm.
even headlines, it was like sports media heavyweight Skip Bayless is one of the most you know what I mean, voices, you know what I mean? But it said, listen, man, it said Bayless recently left his position as the host of Undisputed of Fox Sports One. Is currently not tied to any networks now, right? Because he's done, right? So the ratings for Undisputed have been in a gutter following Shannon Sharp departure.
True that. True
So
that.
it was already struggling, fighting to be irrelevant. I mean, relevant because people wasn't really watching that show. People wasn't really watching that show. So now it's like, motherfuckers are saying, shit, man, look, our numbers already down, Skip. You
And he
did
ain't never played no sports, nothing, man. He was highly opinionated on certain things, and you didn't even have the experience to even do it, man.
right.
Yeah, and now I know that you Tricky Thompson. You definitely lost more respect for me, man, because that's kind of crazy. You know what
Hey,
I'm saying? You had a whole wife out there, and you messed that up. I know she's ashamed to go outside right now. So shout out to Mrs. Bayless. You know what I'm saying? If you got a problem, Mrs. Bayless, you can email me, and I'll
and
send you in that direction.
hey, and look, they got other harassment charges that's going on inside that network. They was getting freaky, man. It said if you ain't free, we ain't speaking.
they they was getting a little freaky without the oil, huh? Without the Diddy oil. Ay.
Come on, P. Let did it, man. Let did it make it, P.
Delete that. Don't let Diddy make anything with me. But let
Yeah.
me tell you this, man. I'm gonna go ahead and leave him alone. But I'm gonna say this: the Skip Bayless, Joy Taylor, man, is crazy. Even Ocho, we gonna even throw you up in there, man. What y'all was doing out there and y'all got busted as an adults, delete that. You should have changed it. You should have did something else, man, or something kept it more up under the rug. And it seemed like the more freaky you got, the more speaky you got. You just, you know what I mean? You had to just let it go. I guess you got carried away, man. I don't know. Posted pictures at other people's house, but it is what it is, man. Everybody like to have fun, grown folks, and I guess so. If you wasn't working for the network, you'd have been all right. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, you was on TV.
And
Now,
you gotta understand, accusation says from several people that the executive used his position to sexually harass women.
you talking about the guy at the very top of the triangle.
As well as that Skip Bayless touched her inappropriately and propositioned her for sex. So, P, it was freaking, and if you wasn't speaking, delete that.
Delete that. It is what it is, man.
It is, P. So,
Well, I'll tell you this much, man. I hope all that works out for the, you know what I mean, the people that was involved. If anybody was actually harmed in that or assaulted in real, you know, or whatever the case may be, we're gonna let them handle that. That's for them to judge. Meanwhile, dude, this weekend, man, is the start of NFL playoffs, man.
P,
NFL playoffs,
P,
baby.
P, it's about to get busy, man. You got some key matchups, man. So it's about to get busy, man. Oh, I told you my picks at the end. You know what I mean? But for this
Mhm.
shit, who you got, man?
Well, you know, I'm gonna be honest, right? I'm gonna give you my bracket, man. I think that I think this weekend we got the Vikings playing the Los Angeles Rams. We got Washington playing the Tampa Bay. We got Green Bay playing the Eagles. And I'm gonna throw this out here, man. I really say that I think that we're gonna see the Vikings beating the Rams, and they're gonna have that matchup again with the Detroit Lions. I also think that for some reason I have a feeling that Green Bay might beat Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? And then that's gonna bring Tampa. I think with the Baker Mayfield, that boy is over there cooking right now. I think he's really gonna go in there and he's gonna do some damage to Washington, man. And then on the other hand, I really think that the between the Bills and the Broncos, I say the Bills is gonna come through that.
Well,
Recently, I just seen, huh?
the Bill, you said Bills
Yeah,
going.
yeah, I think the Bills is gonna beat the Broncos. I think off the injury report, I think Baltimore versus the Steelers, they have a couple of injuries. I think their main receiver might not be playing. I don't know how sure that is. I don't know if he's still not practicing, but I think I seen something to where he might be out. And versus the Steelers, you know, you Steelers are coming off a 4-game loss. I don't know if Tomlin gonna go out there and put his foot down and say, "Hey, man, the time is now." You know what I mean? And he's always done this thing. He's always made it to the playoffs, and I think they need to go further in the playoffs. So, I that one's gonna be kind of hard to judge. And if I had to say anything, man, I would really just go ahead and give it to Baltimore again with Lamar Jackson out there, man. The King running out the backfield, I think is really gonna make a difference. And I think from the Chargers and the Texans, I think the Chargers is gonna come in there and take the Texans, man, and they really haven't been the same consistencies that we're used to seeing in the last couple of years, man. What do you think?
Well, P, I'm gonna tell you this again. I see Chargers in Houston, man. I like over there, man. I like my guy over there, the head coach round, man. You know, I'm a big fan of him, man. You know what I mean? As well. And just to see him and his brother, the Hardballs, back in this thing, man, in the playoffs, man, it's just so amazing and crazy to me. Right.
Mhm.
And you see the symbolicness in it, bro. And I think that having two great minds like that communicate and break down film is crazy.
And two brothers going at it again. That's wild.
Chargers, I'm picking the Chargers over Houston.
Okay.
That's a hard one for me. I really like Houston, but P, I'm picking the Chargers over Houston.
Okay. Okay.
You know, and that's gonna be a hell, and that's the wild card, right? So
Mhm.
picking them. I'm picking them, man. Uh Denver and Buffalo, Buffalo quite naturally. I see Buffalo just dominating that game, right? That game by 3 touchdowns or more, Buffalo. Then you. I'm an NFC guy. My team is the Saints, right? And some people think it's a hater move, but Tampa, Baker Mayfield has been doing his thing over there, right? And you got to watch me scrambling and doing some stuff. But Washington, I think, is a little more gelled together and play a different scheme. I'm taking Washington over Tampa.
Okay. Okay.
Now, that being said, AFC team, I'm a Steeler guy, still Curtin, right? I'm a realist too, though, Pete. So I'm taking Baltimore over the Steelers.
Gotcha.
Baltimore, I think, has just too much going right now, and they're playing like that, and they understand they can win, right? Pittsburgh has to go to them, so I'm taking Baltimore. Uh, Philly and Green Bay. You brought up an interesting topic on that, and you picked Green Bay over Philly. I mean, what gave you the edge to pick Green Bay over Philly, Pete?
If I'm mistaken, I think their quarterback is still Philly's quarterback is still Jalen Hurts. He's still in concussion protocol, possibly. You know what I mean? And the last couple of games, it just really wasn't looking like Philly normally looks. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason I gave him that edge. Jordan Love has a lot to prove coming in his second year and making the playoffs. They beat Dallas, and I think they went to the second round last year, and they failed horribly in that second round. So I think that Philly, if Jalen Hurts is not playing, then it can be a problem.
Okay, now see with that, that's why I asked what made you come to that assumption,
Hmm.
right? Because they're in the win right now, Pete.
It what?
There's some things in the win right now.
Okay.
So and why I'm saying that is because I think it's a good chance that Jalen is back for this game.
Okay. Is he practicing this week, or is just they just is 50-50? What do you?
Tell you this, Pete. When it's in those situations and
Mhm.
they feel it, they don't. You really don't practice. You take it easy,
Mhm.
because we want all symptoms gone, right? It's about the symptoms. It ain't about knowing if you can run and throw the ball. We know you can do all that, right? You
Mhm.
know, right? So it's about making sure he's symptom free and making sure that you don't do nothing to re-aggravate, make things worse. That the only thing help that is rest. So he got have enough time. Well, we cut down the days now, and we getting close, right? So I think it's a high percent chance Jalen is back, and I'm picking Philly.
Over Green Bay. Well, if Jalen Hurts is playing this week, I retract my statement. Delete that. I will go with Philadelphia if that is the case. More experience, a more tender group, and definitely somebody has been mostly, to the Super Bowl recently. So I will change if that's the case. But right now, I got Green Bay, and then the last two teams you got out of Washington and Tampa.
Because you got, but before I get there, is because I'm still, I wanted to finish up on Jalen. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
my bad, my bad.
Wednesday he did hit the field,
Oh,
so
okay.
you know what I mean.
So
And
he's cleared concussion protocol then, basically.
that was for a limited practice.
Ugh.
Once
Okay.
you clear protocol, then that means you could just go back. So, like I said, they're going to evaluate and they're going to check him on things. So, just like I told you, like with me, we do the same thing. Kids
How
hurt.
how long does that normally last then?
It differs. It's different from every situation, man.
Okay.
Sometimes it lasts a couple of days. Sometimes it can last a week. Sometimes it can last 2 weeks. And I saw it last longer than 2 weeks. right? Where players will still have some type of symptoms where their head still hurting them, this and that. So they get these headaches. So until all those symptoms go away, they really don't, you know what I mean, do nothing about that.
Okay. Okay.
Now, which brings me to my last pick, you know what I mean, that people want to know about.
Yes,
My
you do.
out of what's left, right? It's Minnesota and the Rams. High definitely for the Minnesota. Shout out to Minnesota for winning that round. That's Minnesota all day, P.
Okay. Okay.
You know, and it's crazy, bro. But the Rams, the Rams have managed to wiggle their way in, and I'm not saying that like they're a bad team.
Delete that wiggle. They weigh in. Delete that. But go ahead. Proceed. Proceed.
But they was 10-7, P.
Okay.
You know what I mean? 10-7. You're going against a 14-3 team. You know what I mean? And sometimes you could say on any given Sunday or any given day that don't matter about that. It's hands down Minnesota for me. Shout out Minnesota for winning that round, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's my picks, P.
We have it. So, man, this weekend, NFL Sunday is going. I mean, excuse me, this whole weekend is going down, man. NFL playoffs. Looking forward to it. And with that being said, we want to thank y'all for coming to the Delete That podcast, man. And like I said, for the Raiders firing head coach Antonio Pierce, delete that.
Delete that.
Delete that. Also, Tom Telesco he's getting fired. I'm gonna say delete that only because it's with the Raiders organization again. Delete that. You feel me? And Joy Taylor, you keep on sexing your way up to the top. I can't even say nothing about that. You sex till you can't stop, man. That's between you and them. You know what I'm saying? Speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Delete that. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say, man, thank you for coming. Comment, like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Share that. Delete that podcast. You know what I'm saying? We're in the building. And with that being said, we headed out of this joint. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have a wonderful, prosperous day. And at the same time, man, I want to send a shout out to Sugar Slim, man. Congratulations on getting your blue check, man. We call him Blue Check Slim. You feel me? Instagram, SUGAR Slim, man. If you need beats, intros, TikTok, whatever you need for your music needs, man, Sugar Slim is there, man. Shout out to my boy Sugar Slim, Blue Check Slim.
With that being said, man, like we said, we always leave y'all with a motivational speech, man. At the end of the show, man, tied into it, baby. So listen, man, suckers born every day. Why are there suckers in the world? I want to motivate you to understand that, man, there is a need for hate so you can understand what love is. Right? There is a need for hate and pain so you can understand what joy and love. Make sure you stay sucker free.
Sucker free.
Because they exist in the world, man, and you gotta watch it, man, because they're like snakes, they're cunning. They're just like the enemy says, it's cunning and sheep and a wolf in sheep clothing. Like you got to be careful and navigate yourself, man. So my motivation to you guys out there today, man, is make sure you stay sucker free, man.
Please do.
Your inner circle, man, you've always been with, man. And don't develop no new habits. Stay who you are, stay true to yourself. Make sure you elevate every day. Make sure you look for a way out. Make sure you motivate others to be great. Whatever you do, don't slip. And said, Sugar Slim, take us out, baby.
Hey.